Aquarium Nurse, this is Shelley. I'm just showing you my Rasbora Bowl. I fell in love with aquariums about 3 years ago when my son asked me for a yabby, that's crayfish. That request turned into something much bigger than I ever expected. Now I have 10 aquariums, and most of what I've learnt has come from watching YouTube, observing closely, and working things out as I go. And I found that the time I spent with my aquariums really centers me. It helps me feel connected to water, plant life, natural systems. I've never been particularly good at keeping plants alive up until I started learning about aquatic plants, and I think I'm finally succeeding now, mostly because I literally cannot forget to water them. Over time, many people in my life in the last few years have tried to tell me that I had too many aquariums and that I was strange, and I couldn't see any reason why I would be having more aquariums or getting more fish or interested in this at all. And there was no clear reason that they gave, other than that it seemed like too much for them. But it wasn't too much for me. The aquariums don't drain my energy, they actually energize me. The connection to nature and nurture restores balance in my life rather than taking from it. I've always had an appreciation for beauty and nature, and through my aquariums, I'm able to bring that connection into my home. During some very hard years when I was working and studying and running a household and being a mother and being everything for everyone, my aquariums were never work for me. They were part of me. Even something as simple as caring for my Rasbora Bowl that you see here showed me that tending to living systems could be grounding and restorative for me. The aquariums became a channel through which my energy moved, not something I poured myself into, but something I flowed with. I learned to trust my intuition while working with my tanks. I noticed patterns, subtle changes, and balance, not just in the aquariums, but in everything in my life. And as I worked with them, I was also balancing myself. The process helped me heal and grow, and it gave me a sense of accomplishment at times when everything else inspired anxiety. While I was studying, all of my leave was used for nursing placements. I couldn't afford to miss a day of anything, and there was no room to pause. The time I spent with my hobby in aquariums held space for me. It was something that was just for me, a love, a place where I could lose time and forget about the outside world and its demands. These aquariums held space for me while I was holding space for everyone else and everything else. This particular tank is heavily planted, well established. The plants include multiple Java ferns, all propagated from the same parenting plant that I got 2 years ago, along with N.U.R.S.E, several varieties of crypts, subwazatang, Hygrophila, Elodia densa, and Amazon sword that produced a flower stem and multiple submerged plants, and a beautiful red tiger lotus that is just also produced a baby that I gave to a friend of mine. I'll put a picture of it up here now. The Rasbora Bowl sits on in my bedroom on the tall boy. At night, I watch the fish while I relax, and in the morning, it's the first thing I see, a living, moving Beckay. The bowl is home to pygmy corridoras, otocinclus, my yo-yo loaches, nigiri and soy sauce, as well as neon green rasboras, strawberry, dwarf, and chili rasboras. That's why it's called the Rasbora Bowl. Um, the reason why I'm sharing my aquariums is because they're not just tanks to me, they're a record of learning, resilience, intuition, and connection, and a reminder that caring for life, even in a small, contained world, can help us connect to ourselves and care for ourselves as well. Anyway, this is the origin of Aquarium Nurse. Thanks for listening. Bye.